Hi everybody, my name is Martin Hill. Well, what a great sight today. Douglas Carswell back in Parliament, but as a UKIP MP. Fantastic. Nigel Farage was there just to hold his hand, but it was a really great sight. Look, this video I'm going to make today, it's a little bit different, a little bit lighter. I want to do a top 5 of UKIP vote winners by default, really. So these guys are not meant to be UKIP vote winners, but they do gain a lot of votes for UKIP by default. So let's start off. At number 5. At number 5, let me give you a few little characteristics of this guy and see if you can guess. Slimy, creepy, a little bit nasty, vindictive, spiteful. Yeah, I know, it sounds like it could be anybody virtually in the Conservative Party. But, okay, it is the Conservative Party, we narrowed it down to that. Shall I give you another clue? Yeah? No, I'll tell you his name. Mr. Grant Shapps. Grant Shapps. Don't we love Grant Shapps? Oh, just that nastiness he showed towards Mark Reckless after Mark Reckless defected to UKIP. That showed the real Grant Shapps. And since then, he has been a major vote winner for UKIP. So Grant, keep that nastiness up, keep that spite up, keep that little bit of devil in you up, and you are going to gain so many votes for UKIP up to Rochester and up to the general election. Grant, we love you. At number 4, the leader of the Conservative Party, Mr. David Cameron. The reason he gains a lot of votes, he repeats himself a lot, especially recently. He can't stop saying, indeed most of the Conservative Party can't stop saying this one sentence: a vote for UKIP is a vote for the Labour Party and Ed Miliband. No, it's not. A vote for UKIP is a vote for UKIP. Things have changed, David. You've got to change the way you put things. Becoming a little bit tedious, a little bit boring, but please don't change. Because if you can just keep on those same lines, those same boring statements, you're going to gain a lot of votes for UKIP, and you're certainly doing that at the moment. At number 3, the one we all love. The one with all the charm, all the charisma, one of the greatest speakers the world has ever seen. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Ed Miliband. Ed, please stay as Labour leader to the general election, please, because if you do, UKIP could possibly gain 50 to 150 seats. Please just stay where you are. You know, I saw an article the other day. It said Ed Miliband is almost as unpopular as Michael Foot. Michael Foot? Michael Foot might have been unpopular because he dressed a little bit scruffy, which was a disgrace, some of the press he got on that. Michael Foot, I'll let you know, so I'll spit it out, was one of the greatest speakers this country has ever seen. How dare you put Ed Miliband in the same bracket as Michael Foot? Shameful. But Ed Miliband, again, just keep up the good work, Ed. You are gaining so many votes for UKIP, you will not believe it. At number 2 this week, Russell Brand. Now you might say, Russell Brand, why is Russell Brand number 2? How does he fit into it all? Well, Russell Brand did a little podcast video the other day with a pal of his, sort of West End pal, you know, trying to be all cockney, all West End, all cool, all down to earth, all working lads. Yeah, we're working lads. Yeah, right. And he was saying, again, going back 6 months almost, saying that UKIP are racists, the leaders are racist. And by calling, he doesn't realise by calling UKIP racist, now he's calling, you know, a quarter of the country virtually racist. I mean, does he not, just to let you know, Russell, this kind of attack on UKIP finished about 6 months ago. The BBC and Sky, Kay Burley, Jon Snow, they all tried it. It didn't work. Forget it, if you want. But if you want to keep it up, you are this week's number 2 of the biggest vote earner for UKIP at the moment. So if you want to keep the votes coming, come on baby, keep the votes coming. Keep the nonsense coming. Thank you very much, Russell Brand. We love you. At number 1, one of UKIP's favourites. This guy's a proper UKIP hater. He really hates UKIP with every little bone in his body. But I have to say, every time he interviews someone and shows those bullying tactics in an interview and shows that spite and charmless attitude, he gets a lot of votes for UKIP. So number one this week is LBC's James O'Brien. He was on a phone-in the other day, and the phone-in was about, why do you vote for UKIP? What policies leads you to vote for UKIP? And this guy came on the phone-in, normal bloke, and he mentioned immigration, and then James sort of started to attack him a bit and started the bullying tactics and wanted to find out more. Which are the policies? The guy couldn't think. The guy that didn't know the policies, or he was nervous first time on the radio, but James was really attacking him, getting a little bit nasty with him. If the guy didn't know or couldn't think, does it matter? He is a UKIP supporter, wants to vote UKIP. Sometimes some things in life just feel right. When you meet your wife and somebody asks you, well, what do you like about her? Sometimes you can't answer. You think, well, I don't know, it just feels right. You can't pin it down. And I think that's maybe right with UKIP sometimes. We can't pin it down, but it feels right. And for me, that's half the battle. It's good enough. But when the policies follow, it'll be even better. So James O'Brien, you are number one this week for gaining votes for UKIP by default. So I'll just do the top five again. At number 5, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Grant Shapps. At number 4 this week, Mr. David Cameron. And at number 3, Mr. Ed Miliband. And coming in at number 2, Mr. Russell Brand. And the winner this week, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. James O'Brien. Thanks for watching, folks. Keep voting UKIP. Massive things are happening. Let's keep the momentum going, because this is real and we can make a massive difference. Bye for now.